Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstir Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's W-O-R-I-M-I, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies, entertainment only. Okay, what I want to have a look at is I want to have a look at the Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. But more importantly, I want to actually have a look at what's happening behind the scenes in regards to that. So we have William Pulte, I'm sure I've pronounced that wrong, P-U-L-T-A, who is the director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency, a government agency, who is got his, kissing the path that the orange twerp walks on. He's basically carrying the orange juice for the twerp. He is, how do I put this? Okay, what's happened is allegedly, entertainment only, what appears to have happened is that the orange twerp has given Bill Pulte, however you pronounce it, a list of people that he would like Bill to find something on, something dodgy, something that they can use for potential criminal charges. And what's happened is basically that the director of Federal Housing Finance and Agency is scouring through the financial documents, mortgage documents, loan documents, because he has access to all this for everybody who's had a loan or a mortgage or bought a house in the United States. They've got information on every little tiny corner and niche in regards to the finance of this. So what's happened is that Bill seems to have found some stuff because he's gone deliberately looking for it and is brought it back to the orange twerp, who is claiming that Letitia James, Adam Schiff, and Lisa Cook are all guilty of mortgage fraud. Now, apparently the Letitia James one was something to do with her father co-signing on a mortgage to get her more favourable terms 30 or 40 years ago. This is the sort of dredging for anything that they can get their hands on. It's very much like what happened with John Bolton. Not a fan of the warmongering John Bolton, but CIA Director Ratcliffe apparently gave some information to FBI Director Patel regarding Bolton, which led to the warrant to search his house and office premises. So again, it's pretty much the same sort of thing. It's basically, here's my list of people I want you to find dirt on them. Go and find some dirt. It's not, oh, here's the crime. Okay, let's bring the person in. It's, here's the person. Let's find the crime. So where do I go with this? I'm just going to use the plain old Smith-Waite tarot deck. And I just want to have a look. To me, this is weaponizing, politicizing. This is vindictive ghastliness, you name it. Now, apparently, Bill's come out and said that it wasn't political, but gee, strange how it happens to be all these people that are on the orange twerps hit list. Doesn't help that Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook is female, obviously, from, well, not obviously, I mean, okay, Lisa Cook, female, and she is black. And she has stood by Jerome Powell and said no, that they're not going to drop the interest rates until certain indicators are reached. Now, Bill's also come out very anti-Powell. Apparently, he drafted the firing letter for Powell, Jerome Powell, and gave it to the orange twerp, but it hasn't been made public yet. That's just, leaky from inside. So where am I going for this? So apparently the orange twerp fired Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook wants to put his own person in there to do his bidding. She is suing. She's refusing to leave and suing over the firing, saying that the Orange Twerp has no autonomy to do so. It is not his role. Congress, I believe, are the only ones that can remove her. She was installed by Biden, which doesn't help. So female, black, installed by Biden. Yeah, that's the triple threat. Now, apparently, the result of this is long-term US government securities have been sold off, which undermines faith in the US central bank. So where do I go with this? Well, first of all, let's ask if Lisa Cook, how's she going to go with her court case? Show me Lisa Cook. She is suing the firing. She, I believe, refusing to leave because he has no authority to do so. So let's have a look. Then I want to have a look at the mortgage fraud thing because entertainment only, allegedly, and all that jazz. This is overreach. This is mob tactics going, dredging up anything against your perceived, just people who stood against you. They're not even your enemies. They're just people who stood up and said no. The Orange Twerp can't stand people saying no to him. But let's have a look. Lisa Cook's court case over the firing. Lisa Cook's court case over the Orange Twerp attempting to fire her from the Federal Reserve. Okay, what's popped out? This one first. Okay. She's trying to keep a lid on her emotions about this. I don't know if she's lost her temper or not. She's really trying to stay calm about this, when what she really wants to do is slam him up against the wall and chew his ear off. Understandably, because this is absolute BS overreach. There's also something that she's not revealing here. So maybe 20, 30 years ago, she might have had a loan from her parents. I do know somebody who had gone through a separation, wasn't yet divorced, went to the bank to get a mortgage for a property that they wanted to buy, put separated and a couple of dependents because there were kids involved, and the bank knocked it back because of the separation and kids involved. They went to another bank and ticked the still married box with kids involved because legally they were still married and got the loan straight away. Now that was decades and decades and decades ago. So it's this sort of thing that we're talking about, that not exactly above board, but really doesn't have anything to do with the here and now. And it's just called gaming the system, which we know the Orange Twerp does all the time. So Queen of Cups here. So yeah, there might be some truth to this supposed mortgage fraud, but it's really a nothing, is what I'm getting. Challenged by the Two of Wands. Looking at the bigger picture, a decision needs to be made about which way forward. This is very much threat territory. So basically what's going to happen is by taking this to court, by pushing back, there's going to be stuff that is uncovered that Lisa Cook might have wanted to keep under wraps. Okay, she's got the strength though. The power is in her court. He does not have the authority to fire her. So she is the one holding all the strength. In the past, this is her position as Federal Reserve Governor, making rulings in regards to the Federal Reserve, ruling steadfastly and strongly. 2 queens so far. However, the energy over at the moment is the Two of Pentacles, the uncertainty, the having to juggle, trying to bring it together just really unbalanced. I think it isn't a physical feeling unbalanced. I just think this has really thrown her for six, and she's feeling unbalanced. It's also unbalancing the Federal Reserve. As I said, long-term US government securities have been sold off en masse, which undermines the faith in the central bank. Now, we do know the Orange Twerp wants to destroy the US economy to force off the US dollar onto crypto. We know that's one of his, well, not necessarily his, one of Project 2025's plans that they're trying to implement. So this could be this as well, trying to bring down the US economy so that they can implement the crypto. Right, a death. I think this is one more of the things that are just not going to get through because somebody's going to fall off the twig. I'm feeling this is a literal death, not Lisa's, but a literal death. Now, do not be surprised if we know the Orange Twerp is going down the gurgler, he's unraveling. Day by day, he's getting worse and worse and worse. He has been fed an absolute cocktail of goodness knows what to keep him upright and vaguely functional. But there will be a time when the body just says, can't do this anymore. And what's happening, if he may go missing for a bit, there'll be excuses for him not being around. And that's because those behind the curtain are not actually ready for him to go. There's still stuff that they're trying to get done, including this they expected him to live long enough to the midterm, just before the midterms, but he's not going to make it by a long shot. So, okay, but I am asking about the court case, but what's happening here? Externally, a huge alarm sounding that is going to awake the masses. Internally, packing up the truth and moving forward, moving on. She might sound the alarm and then resign. There's something here where the strength is hers, but this is a real sounding of alarm and then moving on. And we've got the death, endings and beginnings. Here we've got the hopes and fears. This is an abuse of power. We've got the emotional walking away. We've got the magician, the manipulation by the Orange Twerp or the oligarchs. But we've got the Star card. And then the Knight of Swords, a harsh truth, and the change. Something changing. We've got the Hierophant, the government, an announcement coming out about money. You've then got the Ace of Cups, the emotional overwhelming, the cleansing, the Ace of Pentacles, a new opportunity, but you've got delusion. You've got an announcement coming out. You've got the Ten of Swords. You've got the Seven of Swords. You've got the Nine of Swords. Okay, right. What I'm getting from this, with this death card here, I don't think he's long for the world. I think Congress are actually going to fire her. He's going to demand that Congress fire her because he knows he won't win the court case. So that's what I'm getting. Am I right there? Show me. No, I could get yes cards, but let's have a quick look. 3 cards. Is the Orange Twerp going to demand that Congress fire her? Is the Orange Twerp going to demand? Is Congress going to fire Lisa Cook? Stop this court case going through? Is the Orange Twerp going to demand Congress fire her to stop this court case from going through, because I think there'll be some. He doesn't like discovery. As soon as he gets to the discovery stages, he's out of there because he knows he hasn't got a leg to stand on. Let's have a look. Will he demand that Congress fire her? He's got the support. They'll walk off the cliff for him. I think they're going to. I think they're going to. Volatile information coming forward. Yeah, an announcement being made that will bring something new. Yeah, an announcement from the White House. I think they're going to. Be careful what you wish for and who you make agreements with, because you're going to find yourself on the back foot having to defend it. Yeah, I do. I feel that he's going to, once Congress comes back, when are they back? Next week? When Congress comes back, he's going to order they fire her. Ugh. Okay. I want to find out about this mortgage fraud. Tell me about Bill Pulte, P-U-L-T-E, or Pult, however you like to pronounce it. Bill. Let's call him Bill. Aiming through. Oh, you want that one, right? And you want that one. And you want that one. Okay. See what we got. Right. Hogtied. Again, the strength of the orange twerp. And again, this looking after, protecting. Doesn't like what he's been. There's something that he doesn't like that he's being ordered to do. Now, he's finding this out about James, Schiff and Cook. Oh, with absolute glee. Absolute glee. This is him looking after the orange twerp. He's chained himself up in regard legally to do this. He's got himself in some legal knots here, but I think he's going to be asked to find evidence on somebody that he actually doesn't want to, because it's going to end up in a real juggle for him. I think he'll do it. The Three of Wands, it's the ships coming in and out. I think he'll do it, but it's a delusional accusation. And then we've got the Tower moment. It's not going to end well for him. Again, nobody in this regime is coming out of it in one piece. With the Tower moment, he's going to be asked to dig up dirt on somebody that he doesn't want to. He's going to do it. It's going to be a delusional request, and it's not going to end well. Let's have a look. Why am I getting Mitch McConnell? You wouldn't want to take on McConnell. I don't see McConnell serving out his term. I've never seen him serving out this term. Is it on Mitch? Well, yeah, bringing forward some minor piece of information there. Acting rashly, riding into battle without thinking, riding in to do it without thinking, due to loyalty. But let's have a look. Is Bill going to be asked to dig up dirt on somebody that is his undoing? Is Bill going to be asked to dig up dirt on somebody that is his undoing? Wouldn't want this people you wouldn't want to take on. Is Bill going to dig up dirt? Somebody it's going to be his undoing. Right, the Hanged Man can be enlightenment, it can be stringing somebody up, sacrificing somebody, seeing things from a different point of view. Dark money, plotting behind the scenes in regards to money. There's somebody they're going to string up. And it's the wrong person to pick on with the Wheel of Fortune. In the past, the Death card, the ending of something significant. Is this a literal death, or is this just the ending, an ending and a new beginning? Let's see where this goes. Sword of Truth, whistleblower, loss, disappointment, heartbreak. It's not going to end well for him. It's going to be some sort of announcement that comes. There's the Tower, walking away, being forced to walk away. And then the two knights, Knight of Cup, Knight of Swords, offered up, but he's been cut down over it. Be careful what you wish for. The Empress, the Money Trail, some legislator. There's going to be a judge, speaking of judges, Judge Paula Zinnes is the Albrego Garcia ruling, and basically has laid down the law, good on her. But there's somebody here that he's been ordered to bring up information on, and it backfires on him spectacularly. This Death card. Okay, thank you. Is he going to be ordered? I'm going to say by the puppet masters. Because we know that those behind the curtain want to remove the orange twerp without removing the orange twerp. Lies, deceit, betrayal, and the Tower card. Let's have a look. Is he going to be asked? Because we know the orange twerp is guilty of mortgage fraud. We know he is. That's why he thought of this as a means of getting back at his little petty hit list. Is Bill going to be asked to dig up information on? So we've got on the orange twerp. I think he is. We've got here this unbalanced relationship with the all-seeing above it. These are the puppet masters, and this is the orange twerp and Bill. The contract and agreement is just going to, what he's going to be asked is just too much. Just too much. It's going to bring things to an end. He's been asked to uncover, like pouring back and forth to reveal. Careful what you wish for. We've got the Empress again. She's coming through a lot today. Could be to do with Russian money, fading strength externally, internally, manipulation, hopes and fears, some sort of announcement coming from the White House. We've got the betrayal, the win at any cost, abuse of power, the big yes card, the Sun, and then a judgment moment. I think he's going to be asked. Doesn't want to. Page of Swords, the whistleblower, about money secrets that someone's trying to keep that's going to come out of left field. I think he's going to be asked. I think he's going to be asked by those in the other camp to dig up dirt on the orange twerp. Oh, goodness me, you wouldn't want to connect your horse to that wagon, would you? Righto, I'm going to leave that there. Let's watch it play out. Okay, love to you all. Take care.